How's it going? I'm Michael and this is Budget Bills. My dad and I bring rusty, crusty old cars back to life.
What's happening, Budget Builders, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we got this truck home. It obviously has been sitting for 40 years. It is nasty and it's time to get it cleaned up. First thing we want to do, let's get that interior cleaned out, everything thrown out of there, and let's get it cleaned up, and we'll drag our pressure washer out and blast this thing off. Sale ends 1979, Otasco. Never gonna.
Look at that. Look at that.
What does it say?
July 1976.
That's cool. The original radio delete. Is that not the coolest thing ever? It was behind the seat. That's so stinking cool. Some people might not be like, about stuff like that, but that is so flippin' cool.
Isn't this brand new?
I know. Alright, with all of the junk pulled out of this truck and everything cleaned out, one thing I do want to do to go ahead and give us better access to get this thing as clean as possible on the inside is go ahead and remove this original seat. But as far as removing the seat, you've got two 9/16 bolts in the front and two in the rear, which I'll show you really quick, and then we'll get this thing pulled out. All right, with that seat pulled out of there, let's grab our vacuum cleaner and get all of this sucked out of here, and then we'll scrub it down and get everything clean. Alright, now with this interior, I'm going to start with the top and work my way down to the floor. Now with up top, what I want to do, I'm just going to use a couple different interior cleaners to kind of blast everything and wipe it down good. We don't want to do a ton with that headliner because it's actually in really good shape, but I'm afraid if we get a bunch of stuff on there, that'll change. So basically we're focusing on the painted areas, and then we'll work on our dash and work our way down. I don't know about y'all, but one thing I've really been wanting to do is see how this original dash pad cleans up. It's got one little crack here, but otherwise it's crack free and looks, excuse me, super nice. All right, with the upper sides wiped down and fairly tidy, it's time to go ahead and work our way down. I do want to wash the tank, this floor, and the mat. And what I want to do that with, what we're going to use, we're just going to drag our hose in here A little bit of water is not going to hurt anything. You just have the rubber mat, and I will peel it up on that side where we can dry it when we're done. I'm going to use very minimal water. It's not like I'm going to be dousing this thing down or anything. But I do want to go ahead and wash this floor, and wash the mat. We'll be using our Comet, good old stuff, and our little pad thing on our drill, and our sponge slash Scotch-Brite pad. So let's go to town. There we go, looking fresh. Obviously there's a few little spots of surface rust. Thankfully underneath here is extremely clean. Floor pans are super nice on this truck. This is an extremely solid cab, and it just goes to show with the mileage on this truck how incredibly clean this little thing came to be, even as nasty as it was, especially in here. But now we need to go ahead, I'll wipe down our seat a little bit. I think we're gonna put a cover on it, but for the time being, need to get it back in here so we can drive the truck and jump on the outside. All right, with that interior cleaned up, it's time to jump into the outside. First thing we're gonna do, grab our pressure washer and blast her off. All right, although we are in the middle of cleaning this thing, we do want to go ahead really quick and get it up off of these flat tires. I found a full set of these original style steel wheels that are pretty nice, still black like it would have originally been, so we don't have to blast the white off of these. And it has these really cool old knobby snow tires. I think it'll look really cool on the back here. And then as for up front, we've got our original steel wheel, and I found a set of these pretty cool new old stock Michelin Redline tires for 20 bucks a piece to go on the front. And honestly, in the future, I think the future owner should go through and put these Redline tires all the way around because they look really stinking good on this truck. Let's go and throw them on really quick.
Being we're wanting to sell it, we probably should.
Ain't got no air in this thing.
Yeah, and it takes a ton of volume.
You want to do it first? Here, ready? You got it? Here, get it to Daddy. Daddy's gonna put it on. All right.
I got a surprise for you.
All right, now it's time to get our tire thrown on here. And what we'll do, maybe, is soak it down with this Windex. These are pretty old tight tires, so it makes a little bit of a pain. But we'll just soak everything down with that Windex. Sling it on there, you ready? Okay. Easy peasy. Oh, so much easier with two people.
Watch out, sweetie.
Yeah, back up, please, guys. This one works better. Oh my! Here, use that to hold.
Whoa, that's dirty.
Back up, please, Charlie.
Here, back up, guys.
We don't want you guys getting hurt.
Let's go to Miss Penny's yard.
Yes, sir. You may. Woohoo! All right, as you can see, using some extremely professional methods, we were able to get this bed straight. I did notice there were some comments like, hey, maybe the frame looks like it might be bent on this truck. The tree that was on it, we were able to pick up. It wasn't that heavy. It's just all of this bed is very flat, tinny, and it's all straight pieces, and so it's not terribly hard to bend. And what actually happened, I'll show you. When it came down, not only did it bend here, bump it in the rear, and bump it here, it actually pushed. You can see this step is laid over a little bit because it actually pushed the framing on the bed down. So right here you can see it's got a little bit of a buckle, which is actually allowing that step to hang down. The bed itself is actually really solid. You know, obviously it has some surface rust and everything and a little bit of pitting down here, but this framing is actually replaceable. It just bolts right on. This whole bed actually completely unbolts. And so what it really needs is it needs this frame piece, and this one. The rear's really good and solid, and then obviously when you're done with that, you can put the wood back in it. And so that's all that's actually going on here, is why it's sitting just a little bit out of wonk, is just because of that inner frame piece there. But the truck structurally, as far as frame-wise goes, is very straight and very sound. Far from perfect, but it's usable, and overall looks pretty good and still shows some character. So I'm sure you noticed it took quite a bit to get this paint as clean as it is. We did have to use that scratch-free Comet to really get it down. After sitting for 40 years, what I think happened with this truck, got that first coat of good slimy crap on there, and then everything else just kind of stuck on top of it, but it just got its initial junk. You know how kind of people drive around? I don't know if you'll be able to hear me. It's long right there. You'll notice how people drive dirty trucks and they'll say, it's already so dirty, it's not going to get any more dirty. Or I think that's what this one did. It kind of got that protective layer of tree goop and stuff, and then was out it was. We really had to work to get that stuff off of here. But now that we have, it's time to go ahead and grab our compound tool, whatever thing, and some compound, and let's start cutting this thing so we get ready to wax it. This is the original paint on the truck, and I think it's going to clean up pretty nice. And so we're going to go ahead and get started in this front hood area and work our way back and around. So you'll notice, because of the little bit of surface rust that we have here, it is kicking up a good bit of gunk and some trash, just because we weren't able to clean it as thoroughly as we could with a nice clean paint job. But we obviously I want to preserve this original paint the best we can, and then potentially clear coat it over in the future. But for the time being, what I'm having to do is, you'll notice I'll take my little bit of water and we'll soak everything down, we'll wipe off the gunk, and then we'll go ahead and hit it again with that compound, finish cleaning it up, and we'll work away until we're ready to wax. All right, well that is it with our compound. We were using the high-tech brand. It's a number 723 compounding pad, actually a couple of them, to get all that knocked out. And now we can take our number 725 finishing pad, and this is just what I've been using on the couple cars you've seen us detail. Throw it on there and go to town. I'll knock it out really quick. Obviously, it's going to be exactly the same as what it was when we get wrapped up with it. We'll show you that finished product. I think you guys will be pretty happy with it. Obviously, there's a lot more that can be done to this truck, but it's going to be, we have quite a few trucks, and although I'd love to build this one, it's going to go to a new home. What's up? Well, here she is, the 1967 F100 that we rescued after sitting for 40 years. Got it running, got it home, and got her cleaned up. I'm pretty pleased with the outcome, and I hope you all are too. Now, the truck is a runner and driver. It does need a few odds and ends, like some bed work there, and a few things under the hood here to get it completely dialed in, but we're really close. The main thing with this truck was get it going, get it saved, and get it on to somebody else that can really appreciate it. We would love to keep it. We already have quite a few trucks and other builds that are going on right now. Once this truck goes, it'll really help build our channel up some more and allow us to create more content. And that's what we really enjoy, is reviving these things and getting them out to other people that can enjoy them. I really hope y'all enjoyed that. If y'all want to see more of this, let us know, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell, because we do a lot of this. We love bringing stuff back to life. We have a lot of really fun projects going on right now. Peace out. Catch y'all on the flip side.